Mighty fine looking man.
All right. I think Steven's going to do the playing. I'm going to do the talking. So, to many, this is like some beatnik poetry going on. So to many, John Good epitomizes what it means to be a passionate instrument maker, okay? I guess I have to snap your fingers when we're done doing this. His dedication to drum making and his elevation of the art of drum making has been known in the industry for many years now. In fact,
take care. Great job.
In fact, Neil Peart coined John Good the wood whisperer. Although I like to think of John maybe as a wood yeller, because the last few years he's sort of gone around the globe finding wood to make your drum sets. He's gone around the globe and found all sorts of woods that people had never thought of for drum making, and all in an effort to make these guys sound better. And he has become sort of a luminary among a lot of big musicians, and I've seen this. I've been to trade shows where people run past John. Actually, they run past rock stars like this guy to get to John. That's true. It's true. It's happening. And rock shows. To me, John is a visionary and a close colleague at DW, but most of all, he's a good friend. And a lot of people call John a good pal because most of all, he's a great human being. And John is somebody that people think of as a friend because he's a warm person that goes out of his way to reach people in a way that's uniquely authentic. So without further ado, John, it is with a great pleasure that Stephen and I present you this award honoring your achievements in the world of rock. And the drummers and bands and artists everywhere, thank you. So don't ever stop doing what you're doing.
You know, thanks for a second to tell you a little bit of story. I think that I've actually arrived when my drum set got the logo taped up. You know, that means you've got here. I made it, man. And this gentleman right here, Steve Perkins, was like a young man when you're still a young man. Anyway, so one of the greatest things was to actually adorn you with an endorsement when you were young, really young. And there was a guy named, God, what was his name? Ted Gardner. And so I started this whole relationship with Frank Zappa. And so yeah, I went on the road with Frank, and it was like everything was recorded. And I was a drum tech, and I was a struggling, musician, kind of wanted to be, and I was not ever going to be. And it turned into like a disastrous thing where I just had to make drums. So anyway, so we're on the road, and I was trying to be a roadie at this point, and at one point we're in Helsinki, Finland, and Frank goes, look, there's some guy in the back says whipping post, play whipping post. And the band looks at him and they all just go, I think we got this. And so they play whipping post. And it was like, sometimes I feel, it was like unbelievable. The veins in his neck. It was amazing. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And these moments like this are things that you have to remember. Anyway, so we played whipping post every night. So I was like a young guy, and I wanted to put cases on the truck. and I hurt my back really bad trying to be a tough guy like that. Anyway, so there's all these like furry cases, and I put this case up there, and this guy just yanked me out of the truck, and he was like, you know, going, "Don't you know what you just did?" And I went, "I'm trying to help." And he goes, "No, you put magnets, like spare speakers on that, like, you know, recording tape." So I erased it all. This is an entire tour in 1982. So I went home. I mean, the wheels hit the runway, and I was out of a job, and so I'm sitting home, and the phone rings, and it's like Frank Zappa. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I go, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ." And he goes, "I need you up to my house right now." And so I go up there, and I drive my car, my little red Dasher, and I go up there, and I swear to God, I thought, I'm going to death. I'm going to get the gallows. Anyway, so I get there, and my hands are soaking wet, and I go to knock on the door, and the door opens, and it's Frank. And he goes, "What took you so long?" You know, he said, "You know, I'm looking." And he goes, I say, "Look, I had a flat tire and I ran out of gas." And, you know.
Okay, see you later.
Anyway, and he actually says, "Come on, let's go up to his office," which is the you know, recording place, and it's like this staircase, like, you know, I'm sure that the people who, you know, get hung go up this staircase. Anyway, so I go up there, and I'm sitting there, and he goes, "I want you to sit in my chair," which is a great chair. And I'm going, I'm screwed. I'm really dead. And so he says, "I want to play you one thing." He says, "Before that, would you like a beverage?" And I go, "Oh God, I'm a really dead man." So here's a beer. So I don't drink beer, but I drank it then. And anyway, so he puts on this this incredible console right there. And it's like you can land aircraft with this thing. Anyway, so, and he plays whip and post, and it's like, man, it's like so loud, and then the speakers just like blowing my hair back. And it's like so great, and Tommy Mars, all the band, Chad Wackerman, you know, like Bobby Martin gets down on his knees and he goes, "Sometimes I feel," you know, you can see it, like, you know, as fit as this guy is right here. You can see the veins in his neck. Anyway, so I swear to God, I sit there and I just like almost have a heart attack going, how good is this? And Frank goes, "Did you hear the edits?" And I'm thinking, I just ruined everything. And I'm a drum tech. And he goes, "That went from London to Paris to Metz to Rome, back to the first night in London. You didn't hear the edits?" I said, "God, Chad Wackerman's time is amazing." He goes, "No, the way you tune those drums was amazing. And it made it happen every night." So as a drum tech, just a guy like me, Frank, God bless him, and Gail, you know, and it's just, it catapulted me into a place where I just needed to do better and better and better. And, you know, I swear to God, one of the biggest, you know, deals for me is to have this drum kit out here tonight and have the tape over the logo. I mean, that's okay. It's really okay, and I can't believe that I'm here, and thank you so much to Sandy and Cindy and the entire place here. My wife Esther's here, and Russ Kunkel's staying with us tonight, and Sean. You know, it's just a big night for me, so thanks a lot for listening to my story. And thanks so much for being here. And look at that. Two of my very best friends in the world, Steve Perkins. Thank you so much.